Just coming into your body. People in TV land, if you land on this, get yourself a chair. Get yourself a chair to do at least some of this workout with. Let me set this up on the YouTubes, the tubes of you. Okay. I was just listening to this Jai Uttal Hanuman Chalisa song, and it's totally in my head. Jai Siya Ram, 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 Jai Hanuman. That's the singing for the class. We used to all sing, right? There was a time when people sang. I don't necessarily mean in our lifetime, but in some lifetimes, people sang together. That's what they did. They got together and sang. Breathing together. All right, so we're using a chair. We're going to start with a little bit of down regulation and a little bit of free flow spinal movement. If you don't have a chair, you can't. What does it mean? It means like long live Hanuman. Like, and Siya Ram, oh, sorry, Jai Siya Ram, sorry, is long live Sita and Ram. And then at the end, JJ Hanuman. And Hanuman is a god who is devoted to other gods. Like there's Hanuman is often seen ripping his heart open, and inside of that is Sita and Ram. So Jai Sia Ram Jai Sa is and Sia is Sita. It's just been shortened for the singing version. So it's a devotional song to all of these gods, but one of those gods' whole like main point of existing is to be devoted to other gods. So if and in this world we often lack devotional practices. Sometimes we're devoted to looking at our phone, we're devoted to Instagram, we're devoted to whatever, checking our cryptocurrency. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm definitely devoted to movement. I'm devoted to dance. I'm devoted to moving in rooms with other people, whether it's on Zoom or in real life, as in this is real life, but in the same room. So we're going to use chairs today. Grab yourself a chair so you can sit on your buttocks, your buttocks. And we're going to start with a breath called the Theta breath. And I'm just going to invite, if any micro movement wants to come into your head tail connection, invite that in, right? So maybe little tiny adjustments. I love the image of like champagne bubbles bubbling up through your central channel, bubbling up through that center energetic center of your body. And then we could kind of align that with your spine, kind of, but not really. They're sort of within the same location. So thinking on the physiological level and on the energetic level that we are unblocking, we are opening up. We're thinking of those our vertebrae and the cushy marshmallow discs as having some resilience. The breath is a theta breath. It's a very soft hiss, just tongue behind your teeth, very easy, very gentle, not harsh, very, I'm letting it go. And we're letting go of all of the things that are driving us crazy right now, if we can. So, micro movement in your spine, inhale, exhale with a hiss. Let that last as long as it's comfortable. We're not going for any world records of the longest exhale. So, it's not a contest with yourself or anyone else. It's just coming in for a landing, softening, melting some of the tensions, taking off the backpack of everybody else's expectations, taking off the backpack of your own perfectionism, taking off all the shoulds, the could have, if only, and being in the what is, very alive and awake in your own body mind system. Here we go. Allowing the sands of excitement to settle down at the bottom of the ocean. Taking resting breaths whenever you need them. If you feel like that theta breath is too, makes you uncomfortable, just breathe gently. Just tune into your breath and breathe gently. Oh, yes, I am caffeinated this morning. Just in case we're wondering about that, it is true. But when thinking about this micro movement with your spine, clearly my movement is big enough for you to see it. It's macro movement. But I'm kind of just shifting my weight from sit bone to sit bone. I'm letting myself spiral. I can arch and curl. I can do lateral flexion and extension. And then I can mix them all together. Again, that image of the champagne bubbles bubbling up the flute, the champagne flute. Just let that come into your body, bubbling up with some lightness and some effervescence, some vitality allowed into your body, breaking up some of that density and constriction. I'm going to give us a little bit of music just for this. We're going to do it for a few minutes and we will use music because the music is fabulous and it will be Jeff Gersh. And we'll just do it not for long, just a couple of minutes. But the music might help you find the movement. So let's use this one. It will be fairly quiet. There it is. So imagine that this sound is just coming up, lifting you up, lightening you up, filling you up, and you're just going to micro move with that or macro move from your tail to your head. Anything that you've been clenching down on or gripping into, just let it float away or drop down, right? So the earthy nature of it could drop down and be composted by the planet. The fiery nature of it can just burn up like you are a candle flame. And like in the water, it might just lift and float away. So inviting that in. Don't worry, we're going to actually exercise pretty soon, but let's just come in with the softness in our own system. If you can't be kind and gentle and empathetic within your own system to yourself, it is very hard to be kind and gentle and empathetic to anyone else. You could bring in a little Axl Rose, Stevie Wonder, spinal rippling. Oh, it feels so good to play the piano and just feel the sound in my imaginary version of being Stevie Wonder. Feels a little bit different to be Axl Rose, especially now. Let's go with young, hot Axl Rose in his leather pants with his long hair and fiery attitude. Nothing wrong with older. Yes, there is. No, there isn't. Older Axl Rose maybe doesn't have the mobility that we're going for here. At some point, you might want to try circling your chest, circling your ribs, letting your rib cage float gently over the sea creature of your diaphragm. Thinking of your diaphragm like what is this? This is a jellyfish. This is my jellyfish move. Sometimes people think of the diaphragm like an umbrella, which is a non, it's like a mechanistic device. We're not machines. We are organic fluid creatures. I have invited in another organic fluid creature into the space with my. Oh, is it time to come and sit with me? Is that what time it is? Letting that long exhale, hissing exhale, just drop you down into being in the moment, like a movement meditation. I got to show you this. This is the cutest thing in the world. This is one of his moves, and that is, oh, he stopped. He caught it for 1 second, then he got nervous. There is his under move, but he likes to stick his feet on you. So like he had stuck his feet on my feet for a minute. Then I brought attention to it, and he was not into it anymore. All right. Letting yourself shift your ribs a little bit from side to side. We're going to start to get into bigger movement here. Letting it ripple through from your tail to your head. This music is available on Bandcamp. Oh, there's a foot heading my way. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. All right, let's open the arms out. Just reach from one side to the other. I'm reaching to one side, reaching to the other side. There we go. Feet touching my foot. Good. And we're going to start to take it a little bit deeper to the side stretch one way, and then the other way. A little gentle arm circle. So it's not your biggest, most exercisey thing. It's like easy and fluid, letting the water in your body move you. The water, the air, the fire, letting the sort of muscly earth element just drop down. So it's not the predominant, like, we got to muscle through this. No, this is just easy and light, letting yourself float through the movement. What if we let ourselves do things in an easier way? Yourself wondering, because most of the time I go through the mountain. But what if I just let everything arise as is and was okay with that? What about that? Okay, we're going to change this. We're going to move with some forward, backward, arch and curl, arching and curling, head, tail. I have a very happy cat down there, participating foot on foot. And then we're going to add a little bit. You're going to drop your head down, reach your head out and come up, arching up. So you're dropping your head, curling, rounding your spine, waist moves back, drop it down, lengthen out, lift and open. Get tall through the center, drop your head, reach it out and come up, drop it down, lengthen your spine, head away from the tail, like your spine is swimming. It is swimming. It is swimming in the fluid of your body. Letting your nervous system inside of that channel from your brain down through your spinal cord, routing out through your body, letting that be easy, easy movement. Good, we're gonna change it. You're gonna go from side, head reaches, your opposite leg reaches out, side to side. But again, this is a little bigger version of that sort of Axl Rose movement. The Axl Rose. Aerobics with Axl Rose. This is more like downregulation with Axl Rose. Two paradoxical ideas. Good. You're going to stretch and reach. And then inhale up. Switch out through your foot, flex, reach. Inhale, open. So I'm on one of these like big box store folding chairs that when I bought it cost $8, but now I think they're probably up to somewhere between 13 and 20. This is a great item for this type of movement because I can get over the edges of it. I can slide around. Okay, enough of that. We're going to spiral. You're going to twist, look around the back, one side and then the other. And I'm kind of turning in and spiraling back. So I'm turning the back leg in. If you are on the edge of a couch or a chair, or a bed or anything like that, you may be having a little more squishy situation. It's all right. There's a great skill to have in life called make it work or be creative. Okay, I'm going to start to stretch out my back leg, push through my heel, spiral, pushing through my heel. Good, and then coming back in. We are going to get to the edge of your seat. If you can hold on to it, great. You can just put your hands behind you if you're on like a bed or a couch. You're going to reach your legs out and then in. Reach it out like your feet are skimming the surface of the water. Point out, around, flex in. This is like those circles that we do. Is it like those circles? A little bit, but not much. Think of your foot and your sole of your foot making this circle as if there's like a surface of water and you are skimming it with your foot. Linda and Saul, you are matchy-matchy in your outfits. One more. Good. Come in. Let's switch our orientation to this. Actually, let's do a little arch. If you have a chair with a back on it, you're going to just arch over it. If you don't have a chair with a back on it, you're going to take your hands behind you and lift your chest, right? But if you've got the chair and you can open up into the back space, you're going to arch and then just come back up in your own time, opening and coming back up. If you're on the edge of if you're pushing down, you're going to arch and then come back up. Lift your chest, lift your heart, open the front of your body. This is the part of most of us that tends to be getting more and more enclosed, especially as we look at our phones and our screens, as we're beaten down by the news of the world. And as we're beaten down, we're going falling into our phones. Good. Let's come up just ear to shoulder. Like you're listening to your shoulder. What do you have to say, shoulder? And then you're going to lift your cheekbone to the ceiling. This is our down-regulating Jeff Gersh ambient fields music. It is on Bandcamp. I'll put a link into the YouTube for his Bandcamp. He's got a lot of great music for this type of stuff, really kind of somatic. Be present in your experience. And then we're going to change it. Look to one side, look to the other. Take in the room. Oh, what's out there? Am I safe? Yes, I am. There's Grogu right over there on the couch. There's Hanuman. There's a satyrs on the wall. There's the high priestess and Inanna behind me. Okay, let's let that go and then just head down and head up. Yes, I am safe. What do I need to say yes to that I might be not saying yes to? Right? We just said no to a lot of things looking around. Now we're saying yes to things. Discernment. Oh, there are some things that I could say yes to that maybe I haven't. Good. And coming in. I was talking to Emily the other day about like gossip and talking about other people and like how it's considered like a female thing to gossip more. And her insight was very interesting. She was like, yes, because women had to find out if they were safe. And one way that we do that is talking to other people about other people. Are we safe? Is that person safe? So there may be value to that. Okay, we are going to come onto standing legs, these kind, and hands on whatever you've got, your bed, your chair. And we're just going to bend, looking up and curl and round. So it's a cat-cow. Arch and curl. So sometimes things that we disparage as like women things, like gossiping, is actually a functional thing in some ways. Now, it may go a lot further than that, and there may be like really like shitty things that are happening. But ultimately, there is some part of it, of talking about what's going on, that is really about community. All right, let's free flow our spine. Letting your spine have some ripples and waves. So when we did that initial theta breath, free flow of spine, we're doing something like that now. If it's possible, listen into your body, to what feels good. What would feel good right now? Everyone lays down, takes a nap. Taking your time, finding a tempo that works in your body. You can do anything here. If you want to start to wake up your feet, maybe try some pushing up onto your tippy toes. Maybe even pointing your toes. Strong toes mean good balance. Or it might mean good balance. Finding different ways to relate to this position and to use your feet. Let's start to free up the legs a little bit so you can explore what it's like to be on one leg, holding on to whatever you're holding on to in front of you. Trying different things here. So you could be watching me, but better yet, don't watch me at all and just feel into your own body. Maybe once in a while, look over here and be like, oh, that's an idea, but let yourself have your own experience. And then I think there are people who actually just watch the channel and don't do any of the movement. It's almost impossible for dancers to like watch movement and not have some of that movement going on in our mind, right? And maybe on certain levels in our body. All right, let's start to free up an arm at a time. Ah. In any way that feels good, right? We could do these arm circles, pushing away. We can find different ways of relating to the chair. Whole body having some exploratory freedom. You know, all that movement you wanted to do as a little kid when you were charging around doing your things, and then you had to stop because you were in school or whatever it was, like, stop moving. This is the time to invite that little kid mover back to your body. Not so that you're going to get hurt and go crazy, but just that you have some freedom in your system. We are getting ready to change this again. I'm going to take a mat, place it under my chair, and we're going to put our legs up on the chair. So adjust yourself as necessary. I guess we're sticking with this Jeff Gersh for a little while. Thank you, Jeff. Coming down. Gersh. That's how you spell his last name. Okay. Just if you can, legs up on the bed, legs up on the couch, legs up on whatever you got. Take a second to let yourself sort of hang from your legs. So not that I'm lifting my pelvis up, but just I'm letting my body drop into the earth, letting the earthy part of your body really sink down. The whole body is the earthy body, but let's say your bones becoming very heavy. I am adding some head-tail free flow movement here, similar to what we did when we were seated in the very beginning, freeing up that head-tail connection as if your body or your spine is a little eel or a snake, letting it have some movement, that center of your body. Maybe you feel it out into your arms and legs. Maybe you can really bring your awareness into that central channel, head-tail connection. Relax your neck, relax your jaw, relax your head, soften. Let whatever crusty parts have attached onto your body, let them fall away with this small, gentle movement. Whatever crusty thoughts or outdated thinking or non-helpful, judgmental, critical of self stuff is going on, just let that fall away. Critic can go sit over in the chair, but don't give them your attention. The should, could, would, I have to, must do, let that person go somewhere else just for this moment to actually be present in the experience of your body in this moment. Okay. Letting your head gently turn from side to side, shoulders, neck, and head, relaxing, chest, lungs, heart opening. I'm going to push my chair a little further away so I can get into my calves here. And I'm just going to roll through my calves. And I'm going to let my feet move around so that I'm moving from the inside and the outside. I'm getting compression. I'm getting shear. I am getting mobility in my calves. And I was at Old Tone. It's a festival yesterday, and it's like a bunch of bands of like old-timey jazz, country, New Orleans music, and lots of dancing. So lots of charging around. So my calves are definitely like, okay, let's clear some of that stuff out. So I'm going to start to lift up my pelvis here. If this is all new to you, you want to be really gentle, you can just practice pressing up and coming back down, right? Doesn't have to be a whole lot of movement. But if you have done this before and you want to get a little more exciting with it, let your pelvis move around, pushing the floor away with your, I guess it's really pushing the chair away with your legs, maybe with your shoulders, giving yourself a little bit of mobility here. We're going to be in this slightly more free form thing for a minute, and then we'll get back to more structured, specific movement in a couple of minutes, or get to it because we haven't actually been in it much. You can push pull up there, working with your system to give it some freedom, not push it to its edges, except for the edges of your own imagination. Let's open those up a little wider, giving spaciousness inside, more potential. Okay. I'm going to push the chair away. And I'm also going to stop the Jeff Gersh music because if we stay in this way, it's going to stay in this way. And we want to change our energy just ever so slightly. Ah, Liza. The God devoted to other gods. Yeah. What is our devotional practice? And how do I turn off my sound? Here we go. Not my sound. Turn off this music. Thank you, Ambient Fields. That was album number 2, song number 1. Okay. Let's come onto our backs, which maybe you already are down there. And just gently rolling from side to side, letting your head drop down. Yeah, like people think, oh, I don't have a devotional practice, but we all have a devotional practice. It might be it might be going to the bar, it might be the thing that you put your energy and awareness and time into. It might be your job, right? Where does your energy, time, and awareness, where does your attention go? Because that is what you're devoted to. And if you want to change it, you might want to just think about that. Like, oh, maybe I do want to have some kind of devotional practice to something outside of myself. And really, there's nothing outside of yourself. There's nothing outside of your experience for you, right? Your whole life is going to happen within your experience. That's what they mean when they say there is nothing outside or there is no other, because you're experiencing other in your experience. Let's take your hands down by your sides, lift your pelvis up, circles, non-duality, and change direction. Hamstrings, butt, and back working. And then come into center. Inhale your arms up over your head as your butt lowers down to the floor. We're going to exhale, press up, and inhale, lower down. Exhale, push. Inhale down. Exhale, press. Inhale down. Different cultures are devoted to different things. Like, what is this culture devoted to? Money, greed, corporations. Maybe not us, but in general, this country. Inhale down, exhale. Sorry to bring that up. Oops. Exhale, press it up, pulsing with your hips. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale down. What if we were devoted to clean air, clean water, food for everyone, nonviolence? How about those devotional practices? Love, opening your heart with discernment. Not, what does that even mean? Take it back down. And let's have a happy baby moment, right? Like if you're spending a lot of time super angry about the situation, you might need to become an activist, right? And there's a lot of things to be angry about, but remember that if you're devoting yourself to that, that's where you are, right? And it's not to say we can't do some of that, but also like how can we be in our bodies in a way that is conducive to a healthy outcome for us and the people within our realm? And that can radiate out further and further. Hands on your knees, big circles. Letting go, softening, letting go of the stories, and just coming into the direct experience of being a person here circling your legs on the floor. What does that feel like? I can feel it in my sacrum. Ah, I can feel my breath. I have an awareness of you guys. I have awareness of the space I'm in. All right, let's open up and just roll from side to side, massaging through your sacrum, massaging through your back, letting go. And then we're going to open our feet wider and internally rotate one leg at a time, spiraling in. What brings you joy? And how much time are you spending with that? Right? What fills your well? What fills the creative well? What fills the energetic well? There's a lot of different wells, right? What fills the capacity to be able to offer to other people, to the world, to the planet, to feel connected? All right, let's do one leg at a time. One leg in, one leg out. Little pulse, a little more specific Pilates type exercise. Taking a pulse in. We've done a lot of hamstring warming up, so go for the stretch if you're ready, if you feel like you want to. 10, 9. You can put your head down if your neck hurts. 8, 7, reach. 6, reach up, reach down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax, drop it down. Turn your head from side to side, take a big yawn. Open. Let yourself be in the experience of being more than you are in the story of being, right? The story is the mental construct. Oh, this is what I think is going on. This is what it is, and blah, blah, blah. But what are we feeling? Sometimes if you have a lot of mental chatter about something, try to drop below the mental chatter into what the energy feels like behind it. See if you can work through the energy. Take your hands behind your head, one leg in, one leg out. We can all feel energy. Am I hot? Am I cold? Am I feeling gripped? Am I feeling loose and easy? Do I get a vibe from myself or other people or about a situation? Drop down to that level. Take away the story. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Drop into the earth. Let the earth receive all your stuff. Earth can compost that. Fire can burn it away. Let's just take a spiral, opening your arms out, knees in, head goes away from your legs if your back feels good. If your back feels bad, if it's hurting, and if it hurts to twist, you can keep rolling the whole body from side to side. Look in the direction of your legs. But if it feels good and twisting feels good, you can straighten out your legs and turn your head away from your legs or leave them bent. Work with what feels right in your body. Start to have a relationship with listening to your body. Body's never going to lie to you, right? Your body knows on this like material level inside your body, it knows. If you have had a very traumatic life and you're hypervigilant, you might feel like you're in danger. We want to start softening that. So you still have the uh discernment, right? Although I said your body knows, but I feel like when people have been highly traumatized, they might be on alert all the time when sometimes they're actually in a safe environment. They can start to downregulate. Let's roll back and forth. There's the whole Bessel van der Kolk book called The Body Keeps the Score. And that's one story about it. Certainly your awareness, the part of you that's been here from the beginning to the end, or your embodied existence has played out in this body. So there is information there. Let's start to take it up. If it's possible, coming up to standing. I'm going to show you another way. If you need to use a chair to come up, your bed, the couch, the walls, see if you can get an assist. If it hurts your knees, don't do it. But we do want to start at some point practicing getting up and getting down, even if it's in any other way. It doesn't have to be the way I'm doing it right now, but this is a great skill to have for the rest of your life, to be able to get up and to be able to get down. All right, people, why do I need to get down on the floor? To get close to the earth. Let's come onto our bellies on the floor. Drop it down. In this position, just wag your tail a little bit. Happy dog tail wag. What would it be like to be a really happy dog? So excited, so happy to see people. Yay. All that little happy dog energy, or it's a big dog, big happy dog, little happy dog. Ah. Bend your knees, let your legs fall from side to side. Hands next to your chest, baby cobra. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Hands on the floor, coming all the way up, taking it down. Arch and lift. Exhale down. Arch and lift. Exhale down. Arch. Push the floor away. Round your spine. Take it back to a child's pose. Wiggle around in your child's pose. Free it up. I got to open a window. It's stuffy in here. I think we have a lot of humidity today. All right, so we're going to come into a forearm plank. So slightly easier version of forearm plank. Your knees are on the floor and you're here. Otherwise, coming up, pushing forward and backward. I'm sweating. Oh my God, I'm sweating. I'm getting a workout. And then come into center, one knee to the floor at a time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Drop down. Oh, let it go. Feel your heartbeat. Heartbeat, blood flow moving through your whole body. Pulse of life. Kind of the water and the fire element together, working through your body, and the earth element and the air element, like all of them together, right? The blood flow is taking the oxygen out through your body, returning in the venous flow with the CO2 and the other waste. Let's come up onto our elbows. You are going to look over one shoulder, look over the other shoulder, straighten your arm and look over that shoulder, straighten your arm, look over the other shoulder. You're going to flex the opposite leg. Pulse, pulse, come down. Pulse, pulse, come down. Flex, flex, down. Flex, flex, down. If you want to be exciting, you're going to go flex, point, down. Flex, point, down. Flex, point. Looking over, trying to see your toes over your shoulder. Hello. Last one each side. And arch all the way up. Take it back into a child's pose again. Interlace your hands out in front of your head. You're going to roll up onto the crown of your head and then roll it back. Roll it up. Take it back. Roll it up. Take it back. Rounding your spine and then back to child's pose. Coming up onto all fours. Okay, the absolute easiest version of this is you're on all fours. You could even do this standing with your hands on something, right? But ideally, all fours or plank touching your shoulder. We're going to do 20 of them. Going 1, 2, 3, 4 or less, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take it to a dog or take it down to child's pose, either one. Push the floor away. Breathe. If you can come up into downward dog, come up into downward dog, tippy toes, and then lower your heels. Tippy toes, we're going to bend our knees, reach your butt to the ceiling, lower your heels. Up on your toes, bend your knees, butt to the ceiling, lower, tippy toes, bend, push, lower, tippy toes, bend, push, lower, forced arch, lift, and lower. Last one, up, forced arch, lift, lower, take it forward into your plank, knees down, and relax in any way. Let's make in and outward circles with our hands, opening and closing, opening and closing, opening and closing. Just letting your body release. Hello, Jerome. Okay, let's do a side plank. So the very gentlest side plank, your hips are on the floor and you're here, and that's fine. And you're just drawing this in and up, no pulsing. Slightly harder, knees are there, harder there, or even here. I like 1 foot in front because then I can really elongate. Pulsing up if we're pulsing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take it down all the way onto your side. Let's do some kicks up the side. So you're going to turn out your legs. You're going to come up and down. Let's flex that point down. 1, 2, as high as feels okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's just something inherently funny about this position. 8, 9, 10. Like, why would anyone need to be able to get their leg up there? If you're a dancer, yes. But if you're not, maybe you don't need that much mobility. But this is like the quintessential, like, I don't know, ladies who lunch exercise position. Is that unfair to say? I don't know. Let's take it to the other side. Press it up. It's just like I've seen it. It always cracks me up, like because sometimes people use it sort of as a trope within choreography, and I kind of always appreciate it because it just gives you an image. Here we are. We're being that image. Pressing up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take it down. Ladies who lunch and gentlemen who lunch. Up and down. Flex up, point down. 1, Ladies and gentlemen, I give you lunch. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Coming on to, what do we need to do? Let's do this. We haven't done this in a really long time. You're going to come onto your side. Your bottom foot is forward. Did I do everything evenly on that, Saul? Both sides, yes? Okay, good. Like, I'm jabbering away. What is this person even doing? You're going to grab your lat or around here, other hand on the floor, shoulder to the floor. So it's got to be the top hand that's pushing up and down. 1, 2. This hand is close to your shoulder on the floor. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go for 15. If you need to stop, stop. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Swing it around to the other side. Bottom foot is touching your knee. Hand on the floor. Bottom hand is grabbing your lat. For 15, here we go. 1, 2. Can you push yourself away from the floor and land? 4. These are basic skills. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. And let's do a stretch for we're almost done. I feel like we're probably pushing time limits. Yes, we are. We are almost done. Sitting in any comfortable position. Take your hand, drop it down, touching down your back. If you can, grab on. Oh, I'm going to come up onto my knees and I'm going to spiral one way and then the other way, looking to one direction and the other. When I'm turning towards that arm, I get a good stretch in my tricep. Oh, release, undo it. Internally, externally rotate your hands, letting that spiral all the way up into your rotator cuff. These spirals are super healthy for our tissues. Take it down the other way. Oh, this side is harder because my right deltoid is tight. Okay, if you can't grab your t-shirt, grab your hair, or just reach, turning from side to side. If you got the ponytail, make use of it. Oh, the front of my deltoid. This is not so much a stretch for my tricep as it is a stretch for the front of my deltoid on this side. Good, release it, rotate in and out. All right, coming to the end. Hip stretches. I'm going to do ankle to knee. You can do this with one foot out or not. Take it down and soften, breathe. So speaking of devotional practices, one of the goddesses who has really helped me through difficult times is the goddess Inanna. There's a book called Descent of the Goddess. It's a Jungian analytic perspective of the Inanna myth, of her descent into the underworld, and looking at it as a wholeness pattern. It helps if you know the myth in order to read the book. Like, she doesn't really explain the myth that much, so it's better if you know the myth going in. But she talks about how each part, each person in the myth, each god, each little demon is actually part of you, and how we are dealing with this wholeness pattern of being, right? So, and I also have a song in my band called Inanna, which is, the song tells the story from everyone's perspective. It tells it from Inanna, from the sister, from talking to the demons, and then the same thing on the other side. Cross your ankle over your knee. The reason I'm telling you this is because right there is a painting that I just started recently. There's a relief. I think it's called the Bernie relief. It's the La Reine de la Nuit. It's the Queen of the Night, and that is Inanna or Ishtar, depending on what time zone we're looking at. But it's a very old relief picture of the goddess. And so I decided, I was like, oh, I got to paint that. So I am in the process of painting it, and I will show it to you once we finish stretching. And I have to say, like, painting and taking my time in there provides a lot of relief for my system. So music can do that too, like playing music. Fine detail work where it's like absolute focus just in on something, like making her tiny little beaded anklet bracelets. That just gives me a huge amount of relief. And then at night, if I'm going to sleep and there's a lot of discursive thought, I can just think about painting those, and it brings my mind into that quietness. Good. Unscramble, bang it out. I'm going to show you the picture because I know I often promise things in class and then I totally forget to do it. So I am bringing it in. It's not finished yet. It's still in the mode. There's the space around her. There's a little cube, and there she is. I've changed it slightly. This is a key, actually. And in the image of the relief, the Bernie relief, she's got keys in both hands. But in this one, I have a little green snake in her other hand because that little green snake is one of my magical totems. So the whole point of all of this is just to say, find some joy in the things that you do. Find some things that are enjoyable. Like the painting thing. I hadn't done it for a million years. And then like my boyfriend's like, Laura, you got to start painting the space. It's amazing. And it just drew me in. And I was like, oh my God, I can stay focused on this one thing for hours because it's so the shapes and the colors and the focus is easy there, right? We want to find places where it's easy, where we don't have to try hard to be really present. Inhale, open. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, open. Exhale. Since awareness and focus and attention seem to be the biggest currency right now, notice like where you're paying your attention. I kind of stopped watching, not entirely, but like I'm like, I just need to read more. I need to be doing things. I need to be in my own realm that isn't a screen. Says the person on screen talking to everybody else on the screen, right? But I feel like in this class, we're moving our bodies. We're not just going. Anyway, that is the scoop. And I'm going to close out the TV land. Thanks for joining everyone in TV land who joined. Jerome, Liza, maybe Mark and Nancy somewhere on the replay. Ooh, there's something in my chat. The War of Art. A musician friend just recommended the book, The War of Art, as a way to make your devotional practice. It's your passions and not your shoulds. Yes, 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 yes. Oops, I almost ended the meeting. I'm trying to just close out the live stream. TV Land people, may the goddess bless you. May the God bless you. May you be blessed. May your day be beautiful. May there be some joy and freedom in your heart. And maybe you can share that in some way with other people.